Oh, what a harvest, a glorious harvest. Pumpkins and watermelons and tomatoes, green beans, banana peppers, bell peppers, okra, lemon balm, and peppermint, and a Miss Kitty. Hi, I'm Wanda with Jimmy Branch Homestead, and boy, is it a busy day on the homestead today. I have so much preserving to do. It's early September, and I'm still in the thick of things as far as food preservation. So I'm starting with green beans. I don't have a lot, but I want to go ahead and get canned what I have. So I got 3 1/2 pints and 1 pint. While the green beans are in the canner, I'm cleaning up okra. I'll be doing a couple different things with the okra. I specifically cut the small ones for a special project. So I've shut off the burner and waiting for them to cool to take them out. In the meantime, I'm still working on my okra. Okay, so the smaller okra I packed in these jars for dilled okra, and they are such good pickles. So I had some brine left over from the last time that I made the pickles. So I just put it in a gallon jar, which is about 1/2 gallon of it, in the refrigerator, which keeps for, a few days, up to a week or two. No more than 2, probably a week. But I don't want to heat these to pack them until the beans are coming out of that canner. So I have to coordinate those 2 events. The rest of the okra, the bigger okra, I cut up for pan frying and we'll stick in the freezer. For detailed canning recipes and freezing other preserving, check out my playlist. I have one on freeze drying, one on canning, and one on other preservings. So hope you enjoyed those videos. So we're going to wait for that, and I'm going to start on another project. Okay, while I'm waiting for the stuff to cool down inside, I decided to come out and do my chicken chores. So if you've been watching my channels, these are the chicks that I hatched out, where a bunch of them caught coccidiosis and died, but I was able to save these 5. So they will be added to my other coop of Easter egger chickens. They're just about getting old enough to do that. So I'll be introducing them before too long. But I just need to check their food. I just checked their water. They still have half a bucket. I have my husband top it off when he feeds the pigs this evening. So we're going to just go over and check their food. This is our meat bird cage. But when the chicks got coccidiosis, I put them in here to save them because they were just too hot and humid in the brooder, even with the heat off. Yep, they are getting low on food. So we'll just get their feeder filled up. I usually make a little wooden top for these, but I hadn't got around to it on this one yet. I have 2 chicken coops and I'm working on building a 3rd. Usually I have to fill this up a couple times a week. Of course, if I had a lot more in here, I'd have to fill it more often. And I always like to shove it back far enough that when it rains, it doesn't get rain in it. Hello, pretty chicks. I know I have at least 1 rooster in there. I'm hoping the rest are hens, but I really don't know. That big one over there is a rooster. It's a son of Lucille up there at the top of the hill. So if I keep that rooster instead of my current one, which I'm considering, then I'll just not incubate Lucille's eggs. Okay, on to the next stop. So I thought I'd give you a quick update. This is Bacon and Sausage. Bacon is the pink one, and they love the mud. Especially in the heat. And this is Sausage, the brown one with the black spots. And they're growing like crazy. They've about tripled in size, at least doubled, since we've gotten them. And they were like 8 to 10 weeks old when we got them. So, and they are scheduled for the butcher the end of October. So, October 30th, I believe, is their butcher date. This was all nice and grassy when we put them in here, and of course they've rooted it up. And then there's some spots up there where we like to add water for them to roll in the mud to stay cool. Their shelter was full of straw, and they drug a lot of it out here. And then they were laying under it outside here when it's shady. And boy, you guys really got muddy today. It's all dried on you. You're filthy. Okay, up to check eggs on the Easter eggers up the hill. So this is the chicken coop that houses my Easter egger chickens that are layers. So they're up here with one rooster. You don't have to have a rooster if you're just looking for eggs, but I like to incubate their eggs and sell them. Well, actually right now I've been trying to grow my flock. So with the original layers here, I will continue to grow the flock. I don't know if you can see in there since it's pretty shaded. And with only 4 hens, my rooster keeps the poor hens pretty naked. So that's why I'm trying to increase this flock. We built this chicken house last year. Actually, both of the first ones. The first one was my hoop coop behind me, and this was the second one. And the thing about the Easter eggers, you can usually tell which hen lays which egg. And this long green one was laid by Lucille. That's how I can tell her eggs. They all laid today. They've been skipping days lately. So I have 4 layers and 4 eggs. That's a good thing. I think yesterday I only got 1, so they are cutting back on the laying. Okay, into the hoop coop we go. Oh, watch out, dogs. So the hoop coop houses Plymouth barred rocks. And they are excellent, excellent layers. They lay brown eggs, 10 eggs. And I have 2 doors on the coop itself and a door on the run back at the other end. And I typically use the other end. This one is actually screwed shut to make sure no predators can get inside. So the garden's still growing strong. This is the peppers and tomatoes. The raised beds are pretty well done. And the in-ground garden is still going pretty strong. The watermelons and pumpkins are pretty well done. I have like 3 or 4 watermelons still left to finish ripening. Hello, ladies. Oh, you just love that pool for you to cool your legs off, don't you? Yes, that really helps, huh? You pooped all over your egg. You made a mess. That's gross. Yep, you got plenty of food and water since I just filled everything up yesterday. Oops, watch out. Get in there. I know you like the grass. Get in there. Hey, get in there. So we only got 2 from the barred rocks today. I've been averaging between 2 and 3 a day. One's pretty poopy. I might just throw it to the pigs. It's nasty. Just a quick view of the in-ground garden to show you it's still growing strong. My okra is over 9 feet tall now, and I have to pick it every single day. The green beans on the middle aisles, I got them in late, and not too many of them came up, so I didn't get around to replanting them because I hurt my back. But the row on the right is producing like crazy, and the cucumbers on the very right are pretty well done. The cucumbers over here, pumpkins are done. That's the last one, and the squash bugs are really trying to get it. Blueberries in the tub, some of them didn't make it. I planted all those this spring. Some are doing well. I'll have to come back out and feed them and see if I can't revive any. Keep them watered real good, and I still have 4 more watermelons in the patch that aren't quite ripe. So, and then this whole side of the garden will be done. First come, first serve on the egg. Looks like Sausage got it. Oh! And they're both eating it. They're fighting over it. I have some older ones in the house I bring out to you. Send out with Daddy. All right, back in the house. Okay, so the water is boiling. The first batch I did was green beans, and I used the pressure canner as a pressure canner. This batch is pickles, so I just need a water bath. But rather than clean this one up, drag out my water bath, I just decided you can use the pressure canner as a water bath. So that's what I'm going to do. You just can't use a water bath as a pressure canner. So I got my mixture almost to a boil. So as soon as it starts to boil here, we'll get these jars filled up. Okay, so while the canner was heating up, I've been working on tomatoes. My tomatoes are pretty well done, or mostly done, I should say. I have a few eating ones left, but a lot of them split, even though they're supposed to be the kind that doesn't split too much. But we've had some really hot weather, and then it rains, and yeah, that's what happens. So I got those all cleaned up. We'll process those next. But I gotta clean up some pots. Okay, time for the pickles to come out. Turn that off for now. I tried these for the first time this year and they just are so good. And the small ones work best. I think I'll put this lid, just set it on to keep the water hot for the next project. I didn't have big projects today, just a lot of little ones. Okay, got the tomatoes all ready to go in. And we got 5 pints of that also. Good inch in there. Bring it back up to a boil, and I'll put the timer on. Well, this is the items that we were able to preserve today: the green beans, the okra pickles, and the tomatoes. There are no large batches of any of these things, but this is just what I had on hand and I needed to get out of my refrigerator. So every bit helps. Add more produce or meals and sides to our pantry shelf. Thank you so much for spending the day with me today. And if you're enjoying this type of video, please give us a thumbs up, like, subscribe, share our videos. It's the best way you can help our channel to grow. Thank you so much for watching Jimmy Branch Homestead.